It's been a while since I last talked about the Lightcones, and since we will be going to Penacony soon, I thought it would be nice to take a look at the Harmony Lightcones, because some of them have very strong connections to the family and their ideologies. So, without further ado, let's start by talking about the family themselves. From the 3 Lightcones with the strongest connection to the family, we see 3 different tenets the members of the family follow in order to uphold harmony. The first of which, Chorus, depicts unity. To reach greater heights, people should let go of their individualism and join together. Just how fingers clutch to make a fist, strength is built in numbers. So instead of seeking happiness alone, one should join the greater collective and find joy in togetherness. The second tenet is selflessness. As seen in Meshing Cogs, a harmonious society can only be achieved when everyone does their part. The message of this Lightcone can be seen as something beautiful, since it shows the beauty of what can be created if all people work towards the same goal. The last tenet has kind of a reverse look on things. Instead of creating a harmonious ideal, the Lightcone mediation focuses on creating harmony by purging disharmony. It's very simple, but probably also the most effective method of maintaining harmony. When there is no disharmony or things that disturb harmony, then everyone can rest easy, knowing that there is nothing that can disturb the peace. Which is probably why the members of the family are very confident in their ability to maintain harmony. At first glance, these Lightcones all seem like wonderful ideals and principles with no downsides to them. But I'd like to point out the flaw that all of these Lightcones share. They lack nuance. Simply said, too much of a good thing only leads to a bad outcome. Chorus doesn't take into consideration that individualism is necessary to express yourself, and sacrificing yourself for the greater good is a beautiful thing, but it's only beautiful when you're not forced to do so. The unity that Chorus represents can cause immense peer pressure from which nobody can escape. Speaking of which, Meshing Cogs' selflessness is necessary for everyone to be on the same page when coordinating their actions. However, this also limits the freedom of the people involved. How are you supposed to follow your own path when you aren't allowed to deviate from the rules and ideas others have already set for you? And lastly, mediation purges disharmony. But whether that's a good thing really depends on where you draw the line of what disharmony means. Purging disharmony can very easily spiral out of control and end in full-on zealotry. My opinion is that the family is very likely to be one of the most dangerous factions in the universe, and that during our visit on Penacony, they might try to pull some very shady stuff. By the way, I swear I'm not actually a worshipper of the destruction, please listen to me, it's of utmost. Moving on from the family, Bronya is fighting on the frontline against the Fragmentum monsters. Her trusted soldiers are the last line of defense against the monsters who are constantly assaulting Belobog. Seeing the endless winter and the frozen lands in front of her is business as usual, but the person she had always looked at in the past during these fights was gone now. That person being her mother Cocolia. Even though Cocolia is gone, Bronya still has a precious keepsake on her office table, the same photo that is seen on Memories of the Past. It's still hard for Bronya to look at the photo, since the memories of the past had already become distant, but the dreams of today still linger. Past and Future shows Yukong's most painful memory. She used to be the best pilot on the Shienzo, and she even had the nickname Ace at a certain point. However, she would lose it all, because this is the moment she lost her best friend in the war against the denizens of the Abundance. She still has the burnt Flokai to this day. This was also the moment she stopped being a pilot and cared for Qingmi, the daughter of her dear friend. Some battles aren't fought with weapons. This is something Tingyun knows better than anyone. On Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds, Tingyun is telling a potential customer to wait with his purchase of a new beautiful golden star skiff. She tells him that he shouldn't buy it just yet, but return at night to make up his mind. When he eventually returns to the Starskiff at night, he sees that the moonlight reveals many beautiful details on the Starskiff, like subtle lines and other edge details on the base. And now he remembers and finally understands why the Starskiff is called Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds. If all is set for eventual demise, what purpose then does creation serve? Ruan Mei used to love to seal the moment plum blossoms were on the verge of wilting. And even though she has created many different life forms, she knows that every life will eventually wither away, even her own. She often asks her mirror image such questions, to always arrive at an answer the same way. So in a way, she already answered her own question herself this time as well, for the day when plum blossoms can no longer be kept. Planetary Rendezvous shows Asta, who is finally happy since escaping from her family's judgmental eyes and constant bickering. Even if she came from a rich family, she is much happier with a simpler life among the stars in the space station than anywhere else. And lastly, on the Lightcone Dance Dance Dance, Svarog is helping Hook to learn how to do the same spinning moves as Clara. But Svarog's training method might be a little bit too energetic, even for the feared leader of the moles, Pitch Dark Hook the Great. And that were all of the Lightcones of the Harmony. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye!